I sit silently in the corner of the room, the dim light casting shadows across the walls. My heart feels crushed by a pain I can't quite name. We've been together for 13 years, building a love that once seemed unbreakable. She was everything to me, the person I thought I knew better than anyone. And yet, here I am, left amidst the shattered pieces of a truth hidden for so many years. She lied. Not out of a deliberate betrayal, but out of fear and weakness. But that doesn't make me feel any better. I believed that from the moment we shared our first kiss, everything was real. That day, the day I thought marked the beginning of a pure love, turned out to be nothing more than a distorted memory I had foolishly trusted. She cried, she apologized, but the pain inside me remains, aching and relentless. How can I ever look at her the same way again? How can I forgive when my heart is still unable to let go of this sense of loss? I try to convince myself that it doesn't matter, that we weren't exclusive back then, that it was so long ago. But the lie is what cuts the deepest. It's the fact that she looked me in the eyes all those years ago and told me that I was the only one since that night, that she had chosen me and no one else. And I believed her. I built our relationship on that belief, trusting her words completely. Now, the foundation feels cracked and unstable. I can't stop replaying her confession in my mind, the guilt in her eyes, the tremble in her voice. It hurts knowing she kept this from me, even if her intentions weren't malicious. The truth lingers, tainting the memories I once held so dearly. I want to forgive her. I want to move past this. But how can I, when everything I thought I knew feels like a lie? The pain feels raw and endless, leaving me lost and uncertain of how to put the pieces back together. Every time I look at her now, there's a shadow over everything. It's like I'm staring at someone I thought I knew, but now feels like a stranger. I see her regret, her desperate attempts to make things right, but it doesn't erase the ache in my chest. It doesn't erase the nights I spend lying awake, wondering if I'll ever feel the same way about her again. I've tried to reason with myself, to tell myself that it was just a mistake from years ago, that it shouldn't matter now. But it does. It matters because she chose to hide it from me. It matters because the honesty I valued so deeply in our relationship was compromised. And now I feel lost. I want to heal, to find a way through this pain. But the wound feels fresh every time I remember her words. Every time I recall the years I spent believing something that wasn't true. How am I supposed to rebuild something that feels so thoroughly broken? The days drag on, heavy and endless. I go through the motions of life, but there's a dullness to everything now. I catch myself replaying our conversations, searching for signs, trying to understand how she could have kept this from me for so long. The thought consumes me, leaving me feeling hollow and numb. She tells me she loves me, that she's sorry, that she never wanted to hurt me. But her words feel distant, like echoes trying to reach me from a place I can't quite grasp. I want to believe her. I want to forgive her. But the hurt clings to me like a shadow, stubborn and relentless. Sometimes I wonder if I'm being unfair, if I'm punishing her for something that happened so long ago. But then the anger resurfaces, and I feel trapped between my love for her and the betrayal I can't seem to let go of. I wish I could turn back time, to erase the truth that shattered the peace I once felt. But all I have now are broken pieces I don't know how to put back together. I stare at her across the room, her eyes swollen and red from crying, her hands clasped tightly together as if trying to hold herself from falling apart. I want to reach out, to comfort her, to tell her everything will be okay. But the words never leave my mouth. They're trapped behind the tangled mess of pain and confusion swirling inside me. Every time I try to let go, to push past what happened, the lie resurfaces, sharp and unforgiving. It doesn't help that she's trying so hard to make things right. Her guilt is palpable, her remorse genuine. But it's not enough to erase the ache that festers inside me. I wonder if things will ever feel normal again. If I'll ever be able to look at her and not see the cracks that have splintered our relationship. I love her. I've always loved her. But love alone feels fragile right now, like something that could crumble if I so much as breathe wrong. And that thought terrifies me. Nights have become the hardest part. Lying beside her in the darkness, the silence feels heavier than it ever has before. I can feel her trying to bridge the gap between us, her hand occasionally reaching for mine, her whispered apologies breaking the stillness. But my mind won't quiet down. It replays everything she told me, the way the truth slipped from her lips like a wound torn open. I want to forgive her, to move past this and rebuild what we had. But the betrayal lingers, no matter how irrational it feels. I hate that I'm questioning everything now. The memories we built, the laughter we shared, the love we thought was untouchable. They all feel tainted, like a beautiful painting splashed with careless strokes of doubt and regret. I don't know how to heal from this. I don't know how to let go. And the uncertainty is slowly consuming me, one sleepless night at a time. Sometimes I catch her looking at me with those desperate, pleading eyes, as if begging me to say it's all okay, that we'll get through this. But the truth is, I don't even know what okay looks like anymore. I'm trapped between love and resentment, torn between holding on to the woman I've spent over a decade loving and the aching wound her dishonesty left behind. Her tears are genuine, her apologies sincere, but the pain doesn't just vanish because of remorse. I can see she's hurting too, terrified that her mistake might unravel everything we've built. And part of me wants to hold her, to comfort her and promise her that we'll be all right. But another part of me feels paralyzed, unable to move past the image of her with someone else during those early days. Forgiveness feels like a distant, unreachable thing, and I can't help but wonder if I'll ever truly find it within myself to let go.